The average millennial spends over $400 a month on invisible expenses. Subscriptions, delivery apps, and impulse buys they don't even remember. That's almost $5,000 a year. Gone. But what if you flip those leaks into savings so big, your bank account hits a full year's salary? Let me show you how. This is M3 Money Mindset Makeover. If you're sick of being broke in a world built for the rich, you're in the right place. Here, we don't do boring lectures about stop eating avocado toast. We do financial rebellion. Practical strategies to save, earn, invest, and budget like your freedom depends on it. Because it does. And today, you're about to get the ultimate budgeting guide, the blueprint to stash away an entire year's salary in your bank account. Not 10 years from now. Not when you finally get a raise. Starting now. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how to flip the script on your money. Subscribe. We are here to help and provide value in your life. Let's kick off with the hard truth. Most people don't actually know where their money goes. They think they do. They feel like they do. But open their bank statement and it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. Random splatters everywhere. Rent, Uber Eats, Netflix, Target runs, random Amazon buys at 2 a.m. So the first step to saving a year's salary? Become a budgeting ninja. Track every single dollar like you're a detective in a crime show. And yes, every latte counts because the point isn't to guilt you, it's to reveal the patterns. Think of it like GPS. You can't drive to financial freedom if you don't even know your starting location. Apps like Mint, YNAB, or even old-school pen and paper can be your secret weapons. Now, once you see the patterns, you've got to learn the most powerful money word in existence. No. The grocery store is basically a casino. They design it so you walk in for bread and somehow leave with $47 worth of kombucha and trail mix you didn't know existed. That's not you being weak. That's billion-dollar marketing psychology. Grocery pickup or delivery apps can literally save you from yourself. Make the list. Stick to the list. Get out alive. And let's talk about food, because restaurants and delivery apps are basically black holes for your bank account. Eating out feels easy. It feels like a reward. But add the fees, tips, and overpriced meals, and you're handing over hundreds every month without blinking. The fix? Channel your inner chef. Meal prep is the life hack nobody wants to do but everyone needs. Imagine opening your fridge after a long day and having ready-to-go meals staring back at you like a personal chef. Not only does it save cash, it saves decision fatigue. And here's the bonus. When you do eat out, it feels like a celebration, not a habit. Now hold on, because here's where things get sneaky. Those tiny purchases you forget about? The, oh, it's just $2.99 or oh, I'll Venmo later moments? They add up like compound interest's evil twin. That's why you need to track every penny. Apps like Zoho, Expensify, or even your bank's built-in spending tracker can slap you with the reality check you need. Trust me, seeing the numbers in black and white is like turning on the lights at a house party. Suddenly, it's a lot less fun, but way more real. But even if you're cutting back and tracking, there's one thing that can sabotage it all. Debt. High-interest debt isn't just a payment, it's a thief. It steals your future. Credit card debt at 20% APR? That's legalized pickpocketing. Student loans hanging over your head? That's your mental health tax. You've got to slay the debt dragon. Focus on high-interest balances first, because every dollar you throw at that is like buying your freedom back, month by month. And when life hands you extra cash, like a bonus, tax refund, or random Venmo you forgot about, don't blow it on gadgets. Treat those moments like gold. That's your financial fast pass. Embrace the windfall and stash it. It's not sexy, but watching your savings grow at triple speed? That's the real flex. Now, some people need rules to follow, and that's where the 50-30-20 framework comes in. Half your income goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings and debt payoff. It's flexible enough for real life, but structured enough to keep you accountable. Think of it like macros for your money diet. Here's another overlooked hack. Use cash. Yeah, old school paper money. Why? Because swiping a card feels like monopoly money. It doesn't hurt. But handing over cash? Ooh. That hits different. Suddenly, that $12 iced latte feels like a bigger decision. Try it for groceries or weekly spending and watch your awareness skyrocket. But listen, budgeting isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you absolutely should not do if you ever want to see a year's salary pile up. And trust me, these mistakes are budget killers. First, the subscription trap. That $4.99 here and $12.99 there doesn't feel like much until you realize you're basically funding Netflix's next blockbuster and Apple's yacht collection. Audit your subs every quarter. If you forgot you had it, you don't need it. Second, retail therapy is a scam. You're not fixing your stress, you're just giving Jeff Bezos more serotonin. Shopping doesn't heal burnout, it just delays the breakdown. Instead, find free dopamine. Hit the gym, walk with a podcast, or binge memes that don't cost $70 at Sephora. Third, meal delivery addiction. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, they're not meal delivery apps, they're wealth extraction machines. A $15 burger becomes $35 once you add fees and tip. If you want to treat yourself, make it intentional. Tie it to a win. Hit a savings milestone. Knock down a debt balance. Crush a personal goal. That way it's a reward, not a reflex. Fourth, forgetting automation. If you don't set up automatic savings transfers, you're relying on willpower. And willpower is a liar. Automate your savings like it's rent. Pay yourself first. Then review monthly so you're not blindly coasting. Fifth, letting setbacks derail you. Look, life happens. You're not a robot. You're gonna buy that concert ticket, or those sneakers, or that last-minute plane ticket. Cool, don't spiral. Adjust, recommit, and move forward. Budgeting is a long game, not a one-week diet. Sixth, fearing the B word. People think budget equals restriction. A budget is a permission slip. It's how you say yes to the things you actually value, instead of leaking money on nonsense. Seventh, comparing yourself to others. Instagram lies. Your friend flexing a Tesla might be one missed paycheck away from repo. Focus on your lane, your goals, your progress. The richest flex is quiet confidence and a fat savings account. And finally, eighth, never negotiating. You'd be shocked how many bills can drop just by asking. Internet, rent, credit card APR, even your salary. Companies bank on you being too timid to ask. Worst case, they say no. Best case, you keep hundreds in your pocket. That's a win. Here's the part nobody wants to admit. Millennials and Gen Z were set up. Student debt shackled us. Rent keeps climbing. Wages flatlined. And every old-school financial guru keeps yelling, just buy fewer lattes. Meanwhile, the system profits off our burnout. You're not lazy. You're exhausted. And that exhaustion is expensive. Hustle culture wants you to believe freedom comes from working harder. But the truth? Freedom comes from building systems that work without you constantly grinding. Drop it in the comments. What's your biggest money leak right now? Rent, food delivery, Amazon late-night orders? Let's call it out. Here's the shift. Budgeting isn't punishment, it's power. It's not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to what actually matters. Think about it like this. If your money doesn't have a plan, it'll find someone else's plan. The bank has a plan. Your landlord has a plan. Netflix has a plan. Question is, do you? This is where broke ends and ownership begins. Saving a year's salary isn't about pinching pennies. It's about building habits and systems that turn chaos into clarity. Once you master this, you stop surviving and start stacking. So here's the truth bomb. You can save a year's salary, not because you're depriving yourself, but because you're running your money like a boss. Track it. Cut the leaks. Kill the debt. Automate the wins. And most importantly, stop playing their game. Write your own. My next video is called 20 Things I Refuse to Buy, Frugal Living. And trust me, it's packed with money-saving gold. From overpriced restaurants to sneaky everyday traps, I'll show you exactly what I avoid so I can stack more cash. Stick around. M-cubed family, you're gonna love this one.